Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to show you how I totally recarpeted my 105 series Landcruiser. And the reason I did that is because the carpet was so gross, because these models are renowned for leaking through the windscreen. So I've recently had my windscreen replaced because there were rust bubbles at the top. The water was leaking down the pillars, across the firewall and into the carpet, and it just made it damp and it almost had a moldy smell to it. So I'm going to do another video on how I fixed that, but today I'm going to show you the whole process of how I recarpeted this Landcruiser. So obviously first you're going to want to take everything out of your car, everything out of the cargo area. For me this was subwoofers, I had a toolkit in there, a snatch and strap, jumper leads, that kind of thing. You're going to want to get everything out of the car, ready to start taking the seats out, because that all has to come out, and then the center console as well, before we can start taking the carpet out. So I put this seat down and I hear what sounds like a washer drop out, and I think, oh, I better check on that. So I lift the seat up and I find 10 cents. Like, really? Whoever said YouTubing doesn't make you money? So with all the seats out, it's pretty obvious to see, kind of why I'm looking at replacing this carpet. So you can see the discolor and dampness in the driver's side already. And that's, everything has had rubber mats on it at all times. So you can see that the water's kind of seeped up from underneath there. There's a little bit of discoloring up the front there where there's been water. It's quite dirty. You can see there was a welding job in here done on the wrong setting at one point. The back isn't too bad, but it's old carpet, it's stock, it's done 600 plus thousand Ks, so it's about time for a replace, I reckon, anyway. So initially, I wasn't too sure how far up the carpet stretched over these wheel arches, and I wasn't sure if I'd have to actually take all the trim pieces off around the outside there. But on closer inspection, it literally just tucks under a little lip there, so it's really simple to just rip this carpet out of the cargo area here. Check out how damp that underlay is. This is exactly why the car smelt all the time and why the carpet was always wet. Definitely time for a change. Now that the carpet's out, I can really spend some time cleaning up the body of this car. It's amazing how much dirt and dust and grime gets underneath the carpet. I'm also going to take these seat clips out and fill the holes with the roof and gutter, because later on I'm going to put some Titan drawers in and these will just get in the way. this was, I don't know if you remember what it looked like before, quick flashback now, but that is so much better already. I've attacked that with a wire brush, I've wiped over it, I've vacuumed it out a few times, I've been really scraping away all that moldy underlay. I've probably vacuumed the car out twice or 3 times, been over it with a damp cloth. I've gone and sealed all these holes up that I'm not going to use again with roof and gutter. And I've kept them out because I'm going to put a set of drawers in later. And yeah, I've really spent a lot of time drying the car out with a heater, making sure there is no leaks, no way for that to get damp again. New windscreen, so we won't have to worry about that again. And yeah, I'm pretty much ready to start putting this new underlay in. Now before I get too carried away sticking down underlay, I'm going to get my drawers out really quick and just work out how I'm going to mount these and if I can use the existing bolt holes in the car. And we can go ahead and take the silicone out of them and then cut holes in the carpet so that we can just mount these straight down in there. And yeah, lucky for me, these are adjustable, so it won't be a problem to mount them in these 2 here and those ones up there, so yeah. Dad and I decided the best way to attack the underlay would be to start in the cargo area and work our way forward. We also decided that to put each piece of underlay down, it was going to be best to start by sticking it in the middle and work our way outwards. This would eliminate any bubbling or misshaping. Some of you might be wondering why there's a white piece of chopping board underneath where the seat goes on either side. And that is actually to mount my amps down later on. As you can see, I've run all the cables, power, all the speaker inputs and outputs, everything to about that area, and I'll mount my amps down later on just by screwing them down into that piece of chopping board. Alright, so you can see now that I've got the underlay in, and I've moulded that to the shape of the car the best I can. I've cut all the necessary holes and kept those blank that I don't need anymore. When I got to the middle section here, I thought I'd leave that as my leniency section because that's the part that you're not really going to see. Not that you'll notice this anyway. You won't notice any real blemishes because the carpet will cover all that, and the carpet will hold down your edge pieces that perhaps haven't stuck so well. So yeah, really, if you can get the stuff like this the neatest you can, get the stuff at the front real neat. This stuff doesn't matter so much because it'll be under seats, and even if you do get something like a blemish up here somewhere, you probably won't notice it because the carpet will be very forgiving. I'm then going to run some high amp 12 volt leads to the back of the car for a later project, and it's time to start putting the carpet in. So what I've just discovered is that when I bought this carpet, I bought front and rear, and I figured, and by the look of the picture, I thought that covered just about everything. But as it turns out, they sell another carpet, which is called the cargo area. So I didn't actually realize that I had to buy that separately. So I can't say I'm real happy about that because now I'm having to reuse this old bit of carpet. And as you can see, it's got all these big ugly holes cut in it. Not really what I was after, but luckily my Titan drawers will cover all this and you won't see it anyway. But yeah, just when you go to buy carpet from, well, I got this from All Car Carpets, make sure that you get the cargo area too if that's what you're after. To put the new carpet down, you'll want these trim pieces that sit in the little wire ruts on either side of your vehicle. As you can see, the old staples will pretty easily just pull out of the carpet. Be careful not to break the piece doing this. And then it's pretty easy just to pull those old staples out and you'll be able to staple the new carpet down once you've got these in. When cutting the edge of any of this carpet, but especially the pieces near the door, be sure to leave plenty of excess overhang and only trim off what is absolutely necessary, because I can guarantee you probably won't want to go stitching it back on once you've cut too much off. Hey look, that's where my 14mm went. All right, so before I go ahead and put the center console and the seats and everything back in, this is the new carpet. So yeah, obviously it needs a bit of a vacuum now, but it is so much drier for a start than it was, so much cleaner, thicker. Obviously fresh new carpet is very nice. Some of the joins were a little bit interesting, but luckily the seat will cover all of them up, but you know, there's nothing you can do about that. That's just the way the carpet came. Obviously I've reused my back piece, but that's okay because the drawers will cover that. But yeah, apart from that, it's all molded nicely and it'll probably look really good with the seats back in. So there you have it. And yeah, with new carpet, this thing feels so much cleaner and drier. And for all the cleaning I did before I put the carpet in, this will all be so much nicer to sit in. You can't see any of those funny joins apart from when you first kind of get in, but that's not so much of a problem. But yeah, it's all come up so much nicer. Smells better in here. We've totally eliminated that moldy smell we got from the windscreen leak at the start. So yeah. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, share this with your friends. Let me know if you love the content, and if you have any questions, don't even hesitate to ask in the comments section or find me on Facebook or Instagram and I'll reply as soon as I can. So thanks so much guys. See you in the next video.